What is inflation? Inflation is a general increase in prices and a decrease in the purchasing power of money. It can be caused by a number of factors, including excessive government spending, rising wages, and supply shocks. What is hyperinflation? Hyperinflation is a very rapid and severe form of inflation. It is characterized by an extremely high rate of price increases, which can make it difficult or impossible for people to afford basic necessities. Inflation and hyperinflation can have devastating effects on any country's economy, and over the years, several nations have experienced the severe consequences of these economic phenomena. Zimbabwe, Germany, Argentina, and Venezuela are just a few examples of countries that have been impacted by inflation and hyperinflation, with each nation having its unique story and experiences to tell. Zimbabwe, for instance, experienced hyperinflation in the late 2000s, with the inflation rate skyrocketing to over 79.6 billion% in 2008. This led to a significant devaluation of the Zimbabwean dollar, making it almost worthless. The country's economy was severely affected, with businesses closing down, unemployment rates increasing, and the government struggling to pay its debts. It was a time of great uncertainty and hardship for the people of Zimbabwe. Germany, on the other hand, experienced hyperinflation during the early 1920s, following the aftermath of World War I. The government printed an excessive amount of money to pay for war reparations, causing the value of the German mark to plummet. The inflation rate reached its peak in November 1923, with prices doubling every 2 days. The hyperinflation led to widespread poverty, unemployment, and social unrest, with many Germans losing their life savings and the country's economy collapsing. Argentina is another example of a country that has been impacted by inflation. The country has experienced several bouts of hyperinflation, with the most recent one being in 1990. The government had linked the Argentine peso to the US dollar, but the country's debt levels continued to rise, leading to inflation and eventually hyperinflation. The government was forced to devalue the currency and implement austerity measures, causing widespread protests and social unrest. Venezuela is yet another country that has been affected by hyperinflation in recent years. The country's economy has been in a state of crisis since 2014, with hyperinflation reaching a peak of 10 million% in 2019. The government's mismanagement of the economy, corruption, and over-reliance on oil exports have all contributed to the country's economic collapse. The hyperinflation has led to widespread poverty, food and medicine shortages, and an increase in crime. In conclusion, the impact of inflation and hyperinflation on countries like Zimbabwe, Germany, Argentina, and Venezuela cannot be overstated. The consequences of these economic phenomena are severe and can affect all aspects of a country's economy, from businesses to individuals. It is essential for governments to implement sound economic policies and measures to prevent inflation and hyperinflation from taking root and causing widespread economic devastation.